train is leaving the yard. Oh, we on? We're on already? Oh my goodness. Yes. My people, it is I. It is him. It is the one. There's many warriors out there, but there is only one warrior junior. He's always here. So I had to go get my phone, so I do apologize for that. Remember, if you hear the sounds, that means the train is, you're on the train. You're on the train with Warrior Junior as it's leaving, getting ready to leave. That's that sound that you usually hear when a train leaves the yard. The tracks. It's leaving the merging tracks as it's coming in or going out. So this episode is sponsored by, you know what it is, the chai spice tea with a special ingredient. Every once in a while, see, here the train is going. So you are on board. If you're with me, you are on board with Warrior Junior. See, I don't like to hide in the darkness. If you're brand new, hopefully you catch up pretty quick. If you're OG, and you understand why the lighting is like this, I already explained a million times. It's ambiance in my bedroom. It's not. I'm not shamed of what I look like. I know what I look like. I actually like it. I, you know, I'll tell you what happened. Monday night. Well, technically it's already Tuesday. It's 2:20, so it's. I say it like George Norrie, our fellow. It's a good evening, good morning, wherever you may be, because it could be. If you're up at 2 in the morning, it could be an early morning for you. It could be a late evening for you. With me, it can be both. And so a lot to get to this morning, a lot to say. As I mentioned on Saturday night, I went to Fullerton, to go dancing at their venue out there at the Marriott. And, I walked over 4 miles to get there. I made it hot this time. I walked over 4 miles to get there because there's no buses that run in OC on the weekends after 7. But they shut down Orange County. It's amazing. And I'm okay with that. It's interesting because it's straight. Like it's very linear, no hills or anything. So it's 4 miles, but I power walked it with my plastic bag in hand. Inside the plastic bag, my vest, my fedora, my tuna salad, a plastic spoon, and a napkin. So, once I started getting close to the venue, then I ate. It's like I kind of have my routine that I kind of like to do. Next up would be Fullerton. Anyway, we already went over that, so let's go into today. So, I really okay. Here's what happens with me. I go through phases, and you know, if I'm not bodybuilding, then I'm dancing, and then if I'm not dancing, I'm bodybuilding. And it's kind of hard because I was sick 2 weeks ago, and I felt like I lost a little bit of weight, and it's kind of hard because like when you really focus like as much as you're going to like I'll give you an example. Like over the past 12 weeks, I went to the gym 100 times, 98 times. That's 84 days. I'm averaging over once a day going to the gym. It's a fucking lot. Plus all the eating, and then the way that I do this, and I'm up. I'm not eating every couple hours, and it's really hard. Spending a lot of money on good food. And what happened was all at once, um, you know, I, I was able to hit, I would say it's kind of hard to, I started 12 weeks ago, but I was still doing cardio type, martial arts stuff at the gym. So I was around you know, 160, close to 160, I would say. And, I know that number sounds, I'm like 5'8", 5'9". Thought I was taller than that, but I think that's all I am. Um, if you're solid, that it's not bad. You know what I mean? I know it sounds really light, but you know, if you're solid, you know that's good. You know, like my friend Alex, he's like a little shorter than me. He's like 5'8". He's like 175. It's not bad. He wears kind of elusive like pants. I can't really. He doesn't really wear jeans to wear. You know, I can see. I try to say, you know, what do you know, and you know, clothes can be kind of deceptive. You know, like you can wear baggier shit, and then you know, it kind of makes you look like this or that. You can wear looser stuff. You can wear tighter stuff. It just and that can make you know, for some people, if they're a little self conscious, if they got a little belly fat, you know, they don't want to wear something that shows off their weaknesses or whatever. I don't know. You know, I'm not that superficial. I just like to look good and whatever. You know, I don't care. I don't judge people like you know like that. But women can be very superficial and subconscious with themselves. You know, specific really. Me, I wear like a hat, fedora, and dude, I start dancing and I start my hair. You know, if it's not really short, even it's got to be even shorter than this because I got like a bald spot toward the back. You can't see it now, but it's big. And what happens is like you know if my hair is not really buzzed, it's not short, and it's a little just a little you know with wearing a hat, it gets really flat and it's like you know bald all around and the scraggly. You know, I don't let my hair get that you know where it gets scraggly. I because I've seen people like that. It looks ridiculous. So you know I get my haircut, you know, once it starts getting a little bit more than about this or a little bit more, I'll go get like a buzz with a one, you know, leave a little on the top and buzz the sides, you know, to like a one. And I'm fine with that. It's okay. You know, I always have a little bald spot, you know, little gets bigger, but you know what? I don't care. You know, I just like I have a little bit of hair. I kind of like it. It's good enough, you know. I'm almost 50 years old. I don't give a shit, you know. So, you know, the energy that I had. Well, I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you what was the catalyst. So, you know, I'm feeling a lot better now, so I'm starting to go back to the gym. And I like these at Trader Joe's. They got this chicken enchilada verde. You know, you nuke it, right? Um, it's in the refrigerator. It's not frozen, and it's like $7 or $8. It's like, but it's fucking phenomenal. You know, I like nutrient dense foods. You know, I really do. And I found this shit. I tried it, and I was like blown away. I mean, I was blown away. Comes in like a tray, you know, like one of those what people with bodybuilders would use for meal prep, you know, it's plastic kind of little Tupperware trick. And it's like a decent amount of food in there, you know, like it's really good. Really fucking good. It's like close, I think it's like close to $8. Anyway, I go in there, I buy three of them, I buy four of them, you know, like I don't $32 for four meals. I don't care. Because like, you know, investing in yourself, you know, you're buying good foods. This tuna salad I like at Pavilions. It used to be $5.99. I think it's $7.99 now. I don't care. You know, like it's good shit. So I spend the extra couple bucks. I don't care. So we've been out of those for a long time. The Trader Joe's, and like every Trader Joe's, I have them call the other ones. I go, they haven't used it. No, there's like a problem in the manufacturing line or something like that. They said finally, after like 3 weeks, I've been waiting 3 weeks. They'll get them in tomorrow. I said, people buy them, you know, they sell out and everything. So I remember one time she goes, these are about to expire. I said, expire? You know, it's fucking, I can eat those in a day. So she sold them to me, these ones that were like about to expire within a day. I didn't give a shit. Come on. You know, it's like ridiculous, some of the rules and Starfleet regulations. That's my Yoda doing Star Trek, you know. My friend Felix liked that when I did that. Um, so anyway, okay, what happened was on Sunday night I got an email, and if you've known me, you know, been listening to me for any bit of time, I mean, I should talk about what dance has meant to me in my life. Oh boy, you know, wow, where do I even start? I started about 30 years ago, just about 30 years ago. And, you know, I was an autograph kid. And, Michael Jackson was like an elusive autograph for me. Now, I'm not going to go into I chased him around. I waited at his private condo. I know all that. Um, I could talk about that. It's going to offshoot of why I'm talking about dance. It's more important. And when I saw him, like on video, I think it was like the Dangerous tour, where he's doing like the Billie Jean. He's going around the transition. The popping as he's hitting, and it's like in a Smooth Criminal. I was like absolutely blown away. And I said, I've got to dance like this. I mean, this is just fucking incredible. Now, I had a very good foundation. I was like 20 years old from a fitness background. So I started to like figure out like how my body works, like kind of copying, watching this video and say, wait a second, I can do this. But it became more than that. I started to learn like of great dance masters that taught him. The real history and appreciation. I wanted to like understand what these dances are, like what they meant. So I'd go out all the time. I didn't understand really what the difference was between popping and locking. I didn't know. I thought it's one thing, popping, locking. I didn't know locking is an individual art of its own, dance style, attributed by the lockers, Don Campbell Lock, Tony Basil, Fluky Luke, and Freddie Ron Barry, Shabba-Doo, God rest his soul, But I met all these people throughout my 30 years because I like took a passion to this. So I started, I was just copying Michael Jackson stuff. A lot of dancers start that way. But more than that. And, I put in a lot of time. And I mean a lot of fucking time. I'd go out to like bars and restaurants and nightclubs. And guys were there to try to hit on women, so I'm there to dance. So I'm hearing all these songs, and then I'm watching the videos and I'm seeing the choreography, and listen, I can do all this. So I start incorporating my own way of dancing. And it was like my communication, like toward women, but it was also just for me. And what happens is you start to find out about events, competitions, and things. And I'm from, the kind of the last tail of the school of hard knocks. Now, let me tell you what that means when it comes to dancing. Have you ever seen the movie 8 Mile? I'm sure you have. Eminem. If you watch, like in the beginning, like when he does the rap battles in the underground clubs, and he's getting clowned by the guy that's like, his some guy that's the crowd's against him, the MC's against him, and the competition guy is like, cutting him a new one. So it's like you got everybody on him, but he knows he's supposed to be there. It's like this because the white guy, they call him Rabbit, the white guy, easy pickings, a rabbit, white, and everybody else in Detroit, whatever, 8 Miles, all black, But he's got like friends, with Cheddar Bob, or all those people, whatever. Another chick, she passed away. I think it was Hillary something, Duff or something. I forget the chick's name. I forget that name, but she was very young. A good actress too, Brittany Murphy, I think is her name. If I'm not mistaken. God rest her soul. Anyway, I'm not mistaken. But I resonated with this. Now Eminem's a couple years older than me. Now, rapping is definitely an element of hip hop, but so is dance. So is dance. Very, very important. Now, when I started around that time, when Eminem was doing, he really did those rap battles. He was a rapper. He was, I forget this guy. It was Juice or something. He would, Eminem would always get second. But again, I don't want to offshoot into something. I want to continue on about me. At the Roxbury on Sunset, every Tuesday night, they would have old school street dance competitions. Now, I had about a couple years under my belt already by then. And there'd be people showing up there, guys from the Air Force crew, Mr. Animation, Mr. Reed, Scorpio, Teklika, a myriad of others. Kerry, he's more of a, he went on to produce the carnival events. They all know me. And what I would do is I'd jump into the contests every week. And it was like what happened to Eminem. Like the talent's there. It just needs to be refined and taught, of what I'm doing. I didn't know. You understand? This is back then we were bringing cassettes in there. It's before, even though they had, LPs and stuff like that. But this is like the early 90s, early mid 90s, like 94, 95, 96. The host of the contest was Crescendo. And it's very, very ironic because I was getting into playing pool, and this guy Toledo TC was like my mentor. And the dancing thing was like Crescendo, even though he's hosting a mentor, but he would give me positive reinforcement to keep doing the contests. Meanwhile, Crescendo and TC were dance partners on Star Search. They were like the Nicholas brothers. I couldn't fucking believe it. I didn't know these guys knew each other, let alone competed for, 100,000 or whatever on Star Search. Small world, isn't it? Fuck. Unfucking believable. Small fucking world. That's how you know there's like there's a connection, there's a God or something. Who fucking makes that kind of shit happen? That's the universe talking. Now Toledo actually put me in a video. Bonnie Raitt's That Just Love Sneaking Up on You. He co-directed that video. And he put me in at the very end. My feet are kind of dancing, you see at the very end. But, I stayed with this. I stayed with this over a very, very long time. Like I just had the passion for it, So I wanted to know like these electric boogaloos. I met all these. I want to know like all this kind of shit. I was fascinated by the art of popping. I would do that. I wanted to learn what locking, all this stuff. Disco funk, so I just stayed with it month after month, year after year, decade after decade. And I kept expanding like on my strengths, Now some stuff I didn't really care for, like ballet, jazz, it's not my thing. But I'm talking about, go out to whatever they're playing in the clubs. They're playing stuff in the 70s, I have no problem. Stuff in the 80s, not a problem. 90s, whatever. Then, stuff of today, whatever. It was just great. So, I stayed with it. In the late 90s, I found my way on Soul Train for a couple of years. I went down the line once. It was reshot to, ironically, a Michael Jackson song, "Rock My World." Great song. They reshot it. I went down the line, and then they had to shoot it again, and I didn't make it down the line. I was standing in the line. It fucking sucks, but that would have been a major, because even though I have video of me as an audience participation member on the floor, at that time, that would have been a big thing, a video of me going down the line at that time. Now, but things started to move in my direction. Now, 2003, I could do a whole episode how I got on Dance Fever when they brought it back in Las Vegas. So that will be another time. But I was a semi-finalist with my name, with my street dance name there, Kid Illusion. Then a couple of years later, I'm trying to remember what year, but I was 31. So You Think You Can Dance, season 1 premiere. My name again. Those are the biggest shows that I got featured on. Not just shown for some guy dancing for a second. I mean featured. Show called The Box. I forget that. Dance 360 featured, but that was a syndicated show. But still, I would put that number 3. Number 1 was Dance Fever because I was flown to Vegas. I was semifinalist. I was 29. I think that was epitome of getting my shot it was for $100,000. I didn't win. I'll do a whole episode on that. We'll talk about that some other time. So You Think You Can Dance was huge because it was on Channel 11 on Fox. None of this led anywhere. Now, why am I talking about everything I do? Because I stayed with it, right? I'm 48 now. So why am I talking about this now? I try to get on shows like Live to Dance. That was Paula Abdul's show. Went to the audition. To her music. That wasn't selected. It really pissed me off. That really, really bothered me. World of Dance, again, didn't make it. Jennifer Lopez show. I felt like, I could have been. They wouldn't. It was done online. It was all online. Never had to go there kind of thing. Too old. They don't have to hurt my feelings, but I know what it is. They're not telling you, but it is. Well, I got a thing yesterday online for some other audition. And I sent everything. I'm not expecting a callback, but something tells me I got a feeling about this one. I'm 48 years old, like, I know I'm not done yet. And I'll tell you why. Because every time I go out and I get down, not even though it's whatever, people fucking know. They know. If I'm walking down the block and just throwing a wave or something, or like anything, they see something. I know it too. There's something there. Just like these people, like they want back in the 80s, they're wearing the shoes from the top. There's something there. That's why I wrote my script. There's something there. Now, I did the American Street Dance Championships in 2008, I think it was. Crescendo hosted it. Locking category. It's at the LA Convention Center during the Fit Expo. I really thought I won. Because I remember when he was given the first place, this guy's going to be really surprised. I thought it was me. He only gave out first and second place for that. He didn't give out a third place trophy or check or anything. He should have. Felt like I should have got third or something. He didn't. It's okay though. It's all right. Now, I worked it, by the way. I'm not limited to just dancing and not participating. Crescendo also put on the Hip Hop Street Dance Awards, where it was like first annual, inducted Don Campbellock in the Street Dance Hall of Fame. Shabba-Doo was there. I was there. I worked as a production assistant. Frederick Rumberry was there. It's like the last time he was at an event. I met him. He died shortly after. I have passion for this thing. My mom is from West Philly. My mom was a dancer. Whatever. America's Got Talent, what do you call it? Not novelty acts, whatever, talent shows, talent competitions. My mom did all that shit too. It comes from her. And she's from, West Philly. It's ironic. That's why I like that kind of music. The Philly sound, People's Choice. It's all in your DNA. It's who you are. She didn't raise me. She didn't teach me nothing. Nothing. It's purely genetic. Purely genetic. that email like kind of like, it was something like multicasting. You know, they're the ones that did like World of Dance or something. I think NBC or something. They're doing this show too, this new one. I think it's like titled Dancing with Myself. You know, it's like it just seems like that's like for me. Now again, you know, I'm not getting my hopes up. It's hard. Well, I always get my hopes up when I send in something because these kind of shows don't happen very often. You know, I love that. You know, dancing for like 30. I guarantee you, like, if there was a way to prove how much mileage, like how many hours, I it's sick. It's really sick. Like 48 years old. Like, how many hours I have dancing in nightclubs and venues and stuff. It's unbelievable. It's unfathomable. It's a lot. I mean, it's a lifetime. It's, you know, I chose this path though. I chose like, you know, things, passions that don't go anywhere. You know, how hard I try to get an agent, a manager, or something. You know how many times people come up to me, they give me positive reinforcement of, wow, you know, you're dancing. Doesn't matter. It's like performing for free almost. And I already talked, I've done episodes talking about this, the dancing monkey, the dancing clown, that I don't want to be. But, you know, I thought about this too. Because if you don't go out and stay in good shape, what if that opportunity ever does come around? Because when you get older, it just gets harder. You have to keep yourself in absolutely first class condition for health, for you know, for just for your own health. So that's why I went out tonight. That was a catalyst. Now I know I don't have to think about it. You know, oh, do I got? I go out every, you know, now when I wasn't lifting weights or something, but I told you for my birthday Friday night, you know, wasn't good. Saturday night, but still Friday night was a Britney Spears exoneration or whatever. So even though I went to that disco thing that sucked, I still danced a little bit at the Piggy. But then the week after that, I'm trying to think, I went back up to the Piggy and it was not that good. Did a little something. I'm always doing a little something, always, always. Even if the music is garbage, I'm still doing a little something just to, you know, keep myself active. Like, you know, I don't go all the way to a club and not, you know, just fucking don't do nothing, you know, like, well, you know, last week at Fullerton, you know, the Marriott thing. Even I did a little something, but it was just the place sucked, you know, it was really bad, you know. I need room. I need to, you know, open up, and that's what I got to do tonight. Sort of. This place in downtown called the El Cid or whatever. I don't know. I forget what Cita El Cita. Kind of cool if that meant to sit down. You know, I don't know why, but I know it doesn't mean that. But I felt like, you know, I felt like, what if I get a call for that show? I want to be fucking, you know, think about it. Like, I'll tell you what. Now I know bodybuilding is not dancing, but I remember what Dorian Yates said. Listen to him, and he said, "Dude, let me tell you something. I see those guys training out there in Southern California with the nice sun and everything. Here I am walking in like fucking 3 feet of snow to get to the fucking gym and everything. I'm going to fucking when I get there, I'm gonna kill those guys." Like, well, now what he meant by that is not literally what he meant. I'm gonna blow them away. I'm gonna fucking make those guys pay. Like when I show up there, he goes, I'm gonna make those judges drop their pencils. You know, like he's just gonna fucking be a behemoth, you know, gonna show up there. And that's what he did. It was like Ronnie Coleman, like the unbelievable. Like when he was in his prime, could touch that fucking guy. You know, nobody won Olympia year after year after year. He's unbeatable. So in my mind, I'm thinking to myself like, they're gonna call me to to see what I can do, and all this people telling me when I go out and dance is like this positive reinforcement. You know what that counts for? That counts for fucking nothing. Now, respectfully, great, thanks, but let me tell you something. You can be like, I mean, it's like, say this without putting, it's so hard to say things sometimes without putting people down but reality is not nice sometimes. How do I say this? Sometimes, you just can't, you're going to spit it out and they're going to get mad. People are going to get offended. They're fragile egos. Now, at the Fullerton thing, it's supposed to be for singles, right? Whatever. There's this guy who showed up there with this woman. She was pretty. She's not bad. A nice form-fitting dress. Pretty good fucking body. I know they were together though. He didn't just meet her there. They're holding hands when they came in. They danced, and she was doing a lot of the moves. This guy, whatever, they're dancing together. He's doing. He's he's a little heavy set, whatever like that. This guy's no incredible dancer by any means. She's moving around, she's and everything, and it was like they're the best couple dancing there, but they're the best of nothing because all the other people they're not doing anything. So it's like it makes it's like they're just standing there, kind of like walking back and forth, and then these people are doing a little something. So it makes it look like they're phenomenal or something together, but they're not. There's nothing. And I remember this older woman. She looked like the woman from Two and a Half Men, the mom, the grandma, Jake's grandma, the Alan's and Charlie's mom, the older lady. She goes up to me, and I saw like I'm sitting at the thing, and I saw she goes up to me, goes, oh, incredible, oh, incredible, like, and I'm just sitting to myself like, this is kind of like what when I go to those venues and I'm doing a little something, these people coming up to me, and I feel like it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's like they're just, again, I don't want to belittle these people. They're not real dancers. They're older still. It doesn't matter age, young. It doesn't matter. They're not dancers. They're not dancers, and they're just kind of like on the floor, this moving and kind of, and they're just telling me how I'm the greatest. I'm this great dancer, and I'm like, who fucking cares? Now, I try not to be negative about it, but it doesn't matter. Wayne Dyer said this. He said, it doesn't matter the compliments or the derogatory put downs. It doesn't matter. It's all irrelevant to me. My ego doesn't get inflated by that. Or then when somebody gives me a put down, I don't get offended. It all doesn't matter. It's really important. It's a very difficult to do that because nobody fucking teaches that. I learned that from Wayne Dyer, from his books, and from him talking, like listening to him. Passed away years ago. The guy's incredible. There's a couple people like that are really like Jordan Peterson, Wayne Dyer, Les Brown, whatever, Brian Tracy. There's a lot, but Wayne Dyer, I really, really liked. I really liked that guy. I wish I could have met him. That would have been a fucking one of my dreams in my life. But you know what? His books and what he said live on forever. So that's all that matters. Now, I go to this thing because it's like I don't want to see, oh, do I still have it? No, no, like I didn't get to nothing on Saturday when I went all the way to Fulton. So I feel like I want to dance. I want to fucking. So I see online, I go through like Eventbrite or whatever, and I find like looking Monday night, like what anything I can go to. And I said, downtown, that's not too bad. Whatever, just take the bus to the red line and replace this El Cita thing. And it says Monday nights, like 1990s hip hop and R&B. It's fine. That's good shit. Bobby Brown knew it did whatever. All this kind of 1990s. That's good. It was so I fucking put on my little hat and my jacket, my vest, and I'm gone. And I get there, and it's not. I said I went in there, and I said I've been here before. This Sika, it's not bad. Um, they have like a little dance floor kind of thing, but the side next to the dance floor is really good. It's a good amount of area, and I got there early enough. It doesn't get crowded in there. I said this is fine. Kind of a Latino, Hispanic crowd. I don't have a problem with that. I love Latino women. I have no fucking. But it's not like the real cholo kind of tough, the gang kind of thing. I didn't get that vibe either. So, and I wouldn't have been intimidated either way. But right next to the red lines, it's perfect. So I go in there, and DJ's already going, and I saw like there were chicks that were sitting at the thing, but second I got in there, I just started going a little bit, and they were already fucking clapping for me. They already said, "There's somebody. This guy's, you can get down." They were already like giving me positive things. Like, all right, and I was waiting for the DJ to kind of like, all right, come on, dude. Like, what's his music? It wasn't that tight. I know tight music from the 90s, and I know when people are playing shit that's not from the 90s and that's not tight. And it was kind of like I had high hopes, like I was like, all right, they're gonna open it up here, open it up. And he kind of started to. He did start to. So I was, and then when he started to open up a little bit, I started fucking opening. He's played some Britney, like late 90s. I was like, all right, like that's one of my, you know, kind of like I do that, and the chicks love that. So I did that, and I was hoping, okay, come on, dude, like get into the real shit, get in this, let's open it up. And he didn't. He didn't. He started like, it was like he started to backpedal, like I guess that's the thing you can call it, like he's playing shit like this reggaeton. So it wasn't fucking 1990. It wasn't like strong. Now I'm not so limited. I like shit from the 80s or 70s. It wasn't happening. And I'm waiting like about a half an hour, and after I got some water, I'm staying outside, and this chick, she's like, "Oh, come dance with me." And what I did was I brought her to me first, and I said, "No, you're the dancer." She goes to me, and I go, "Yeah." I saw she had like a boyfriend or a guy she was with. I wasn't gonna fall. I just felt like I was gonna be the dancing monkey, the dancing entertainment thing. Um, she was pretty too. She's not bad, but I don't. Doesn't work like that with me. Maybe she just wanted me part of her group. I don't know. I just didn't like that kind of thing because when I opened it up and I started sweating a little bit, I could tell. I like to call the shots. I'm 48 years old. Just because a woman wants to dance with me doesn't mean I do it. I don't give them everything they want. I've had this many, many, many times, and then they just discard you. I just cannot go through that ever again. But so I left there, and I said, let me walk around, see if and I could not find any place else. There was nothing else. I walked all around down by the Alexandria was closed. Boy, downtown was real. Like there used to be a lot of people. It's nothing. It's wow. It's a lot of bums and stuff. And worked my way all the way back around to the 7th Street Metro Station where I went back to Hollywood, and Hollywood, fucking ghost town too. Hollywood and Highland. Taken out burger and walked home. But it's I don't know if it's a sign of the times or what. I see people out on the weekends, so. But let me tell you, man, I just remember nights. I talk about Roxbury. That was Tuesday night. We go out there and fucking man, people used to go out there, and Dublin's was every night. Oh, I did not mention there is a Dublin's next to 7th Street Metro Station. I think on Flower and 7th. And I went in there and asked, "Is Marco Omar here?" He goes, "No." And even before I could ask a question, some guy inside, he goes, "You got a lighter?" Like the second I walked through the door, he asked me for my ID. He asked me for a lighter. I mean, it's just some of these fucking clowns, They just but there's no music in there. It used to be. Oh my God, Dublin's in West Hollywood. That's right, fucking. I was able to find places to keep this thing going for 30 years. Okay, danced at Pat's Cocktails every time I went there. DJ. I fucking, people say, how'd you get so good? I got thousands upon thousands upon thousands of hours of nightclub dancing experience, not practicing. And then even in my gym, I practice some, but with no music. Yeah, you can practice dancing without music, believe it or not. You can understand how your body works, and I can do tons and tons of shit. Because most people, they don't understand really what dancing is. It's not memorizing the moves. It's about understanding how your body flows in your brain. You just tell your brain what to do, and it does it automatically. That's dancing. Most people think like, oh no, it's like, okay, well, I'm counting, looking at my feet. The foot goes like here, then my hands go like this, and I put my hands together, and then the hand goes up around to the left as I turn like this. Dude, when it's automatic, you just fucking, everything just flows. You don't think. You don't have to think anything. It just fucking, it just fucking moves. Everything. You just tell your mind, and you listen to the music, and you think, what's fucking tight? Like, I'm not as good as Salah is, but I mean, dude, it's like now he's on another level of like, but that's what it is. That's what it fucking is. So, yeah, I mean, I have high hopes, that they're gonna call me to be on that show. I mean, in my delusional, I mean, hey, I sent, and I made sure I did a recording of me talking. They want a couple minutes of you talking about yourself, and a couple minutes of you dancing. So basically, took this camera and I tried to get, like, I got about 3/4 of my body in there, maybe about half, but try to show something from now, like me doing this now, and that's what's important, Like I could send videos from what I did when I was 29 or something like that. It wasn't that good anyway, um, but that would be nice. That would be nice to really, with what I know, like how long I've been around, get another shot. It's something that would be, that would, you know, for all the years and all the time you put in. I mean, that would be really good. Like I feel bad for like Flat Top. In Hollywood, he's not looking too good. He's up there, and I don't know if the guy's got like some serious diabetes complications or something, but he put on something funky so I could do a little something, and he goes, man, anytime you can bring a smile to my face, you give me props. And I told him, I said, dude, let me tell you something. I've seen everybody, and you were an untouchable. He got that. Like when I said you were untouchable, dude. And because you have to say something nice. You can't say, dude, you're old, you can't even do it. You know, that guy spent as much as time as I put in. He's got more dancing on the street performing. Okay, I got a lot of fucking time. He's got more, a lot more. Can you fucking believe that? You know, like when I saw his style, like it was like this. Like I said, I took on all these fucking guys. They're just badass. Now it's hard because his kick is so fucking nice. It's so beautiful. Like the way like he can move his body, boom, 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 boom. The way he controls and contorts his thing. He could do the splits going down. And he's like talking. He's a one man machine. What this guy could do. I've seen it all. Because I've seen everybody. I've been around that long. I've seen everybody. If you've been street dancing a lot, you've seen every popper or locker you met. Now I haven't met the Les twins yet, but you know, I wrote them in my movie because I'm not stupid. Like I know what's out there. The Jabberwockies, I wrote them in, but it's important. The whole idea is a story. It's my story. I wrote something really fucking beautiful. I know I'm not going to fucking cry, bitch, and complain about this, but even I talked about this in my scripts. That's my dream. I wrote a big fucking, West Side Story being remade. These fucking people, these are idiots, okay? They don't know, these guys are making these movies nowadays, whatever, they don't know nothing of nothing of nothing. They're not dancers. They're movie producers. They don't know nothing of dancing. Nothing. Zero. Okay? Zero. All right? Nigel Lithgow, whatever, that guy, so you can dance, whatever, it's clogging kind of thing. You know, the English people, they don't know really what they know a little bit about. They don't, you know, I remember when this one black chick, she was locking, whatever, and she goes, I'm locking. He goes, I know what locking is. You know, like he doesn't really understand. Tony Basil knows locking, okay? The lockers, whatever, you know, it's people like I've seen some of these Asian guys that are fucking badass lockers. They know, you know, Loose Caboose, whatever. I met all these guys because I fucking spent thousands of hours Radiotron. I've been to them all. I went to them all. How the West Was Won. I was there, okay? The B-Boy Summit and Funk Styles. I was there. Poppin' Pete, Skeeter Rabbit, God rest his soul. Met all these people. Paklika, they were knew all these people. They're gone. Okay? Because I wanted to be like this. It's like what my passion was. Okay? Poppin' Taco. Jesus. Number one, you know, a guy like that I'm incredible. Like I want to be like top Michael Jackson, the Cobra, you know, the whole thing with the popping around. It's all Taco. Shabba-Doo, God rest his soul. Wrote him in my movie a couple years before he passed away. Talked to him a couple months before he passed away. Boogaloo Shrimp, wrote him in my script. Important, integral part of street dance history. Everybody knows the broom sweeps and everything from breaking. No, one of the writers, Dan, that, you know, none of these people can do anything because they're not, you know, they're not producers, they're not movie makers, they're dancers or writers. They don't have the power. You know, there's guys like Poppin' John. Really he got like really good. He knew like he had to because and he was relatively came up with younger generation with the social media generation, so he was able to figure out how to put together videos and promote himself and everything. Got on World of Dance and, you know, the stage competitions, and then made it on that show. He's a very strong popper, a very strong. But you know, like I watch, and it's you know it's one his one style. Like, you know, he's good. Again, I'm not gonna put, but you know, he is limited. He is limited. Like, you know, he doesn't really have a strong liquid like, you know, the Boogaloo Shrimp. You know, like if you watch, like, you know, when he was in his prime, you know, different types of the elements of popping. There's different elements. It's not just a straight hit. You know, like there's guys that, you know, it's just like Flat Top. You know, he's kind of like one kind of hit, tick style. You know, but you can do other shit too. You know, like, because I'm not trying to belittle him in any means. It's just like, you know, I mean, it's cute and everything, but if you only have like one dimension of popping, like a boogaloo hit, like boom, 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 you know, you can't do anything else. The music changes up, and you're still going boom, boom, but it's nothing. Now, you know, I mean, it looks good if you watch like Poppin' John the Operator when he did the Urban Dance Championship or whatever like that. It's cute. He's a good fucking, you know, he did that the fucking Dog Master, you know, the forget what it's called, Sleeping Single, you know, when he comes, it's good, you know, and I could see his feet going, you know, he's got a little more under his belt, maybe he doesn't want to show or something, but, you know, I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but again, you know, his age, from the time, he knows how to market himself properly, promote himself properly. I didn't come up with the social media thing. I was never that good to begin with. I had a lot of heart. I just wasn't that good. I stayed with it though. So it's like, again, it's like the couple that I talk about, like that are they're dancing together, but they're around people that can't even that aren't dancers, so they look better than they are. Um, and that's like, I remember like last week at the Fullerton thing, they played DJ Sherry, who was ironically on Soul Train when I was there. She didn't recognize me, but I was there, and I remember her. I could almost positively point her out when she was on there. But she played like Alien Ant Farm, Smooth Criminal, and I don't care for that version of Michael Jackson's. I like Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal. I don't like the Alien Ant Farm version, but I danced to it. I did a little something, and I know my choreo. I know the way that you're supposed to move to that song properly based on the choreography by Vince Patterson, who I've contacted numerous times. Who I have a lot of respect for. And I know what would look really clean. Like Salah does it really clean. Um, Not just the basic, the hat over the fucking thing like this, boom, boom. It's just my own, all of it. Being able to move with all those type of moves solidly for 2 minutes, like you're Michael doing it. And it's like I could tell, like when I'm doing it, I could feel like put the hat on, the whole thing, like when he's sorry. He's going like this, boom, boom, and he reaches over, the whole thing. And I'm doing it, and people at the end of the night, they're telling me, well, yeah, your mic goes, and I'm sitting there going, it wasn't that good. It was okay. I would get blown away by somebody that really knows, that how to do that shit. And then believe me, there's dancers they can kill it. I've seen them. I mean, I'm like, all right, like I'm okay, like I'm versatile, um, once I started when I started this channel about the martial arts, that did improve my dancing because I noticed I was doing moves like Elvis more. And I was like, whoa, I didn't know I knew how to do that because the martial arts was strengthening my mind throughout your body, being able to control everything better. So once I put on like Elvis, I was like moving my hips a lot faster. I was like, just telling my mind, okay, because I've seen Elvis do like, don't be cool, like jailhouse rock kind of thing. So I could just mimic it. I could mimic it. And people are like, whoa, great. So, I guess it did help. But again, like, these people, they're just really old. They're not cares. I mean, it's let me tell you what happened on Dance Fever when I was 29. Okay, in 2003. Give me a second for this one. Okay, I'll share the story. I was walking down Melrose. Now, I was 29, right? 2003. Had about 9 years of dance experience at that point. I was already on Soul Train for a couple of years. Already competed at the underground contests. So, and then they're bringing back Dance Fever. Merv Griffin was still alive. It's a $100,000 reality show contest. It was on ABC Family cable. It was a big deal. It was on the cover of TV Guide. I have the issue, but I wasn't on the cover. The judges were on the cover. Carmen Electra, MC Hammer, and Jamie King, who choreographed for Britney, J-Lo, Madonna. Background dance for Michael in a Dangerous Story. Ironically, his office was about a mile from me. Not anymore. He's a good looking dude. That's why. Got a good look. Like that other guy that dances on the World of Dance. He's got a good look. The ability, okay, is pretty good too. But they gotta look. Anyway, still relatively young, 29. Auditions in LA, Chicago, New York, whatever. 48 contestants, fee for $100,000. Not individual, could be groups, and 48 acts. The audition was at the Garden of Eden, small nightclub in La Brea and Hollywood. First audition, they liked me. They gave me a call back. A couple weeks later, came back. Another audition, they said, you do final interview, but the judges had stayed seated judges. They said, thanks for coming out, but it's not going to happen. You're not what we want for the show. Kept a good attitude through the whole thing. But I remember how I went to the Hollywood Roosevelt, like a block away, to change in the bathroom. I was so fucking mad. I was so fucking pissed. I remember slamming the door. I was so mad in the bathroom. Because, you wait. So that was like one of my dreams, to dance on television, get my name. I already danced in little contests, Soul Train, as an audience participation member. So I've been on television already. But I want to be where my name was. Kid Illusion. I want to street dancing. They compete for $100,000. I want to be fucking real dancer. A real fucking thing. A couple weeks goes by. I get a phone call. I had a cheap cell phone, I remember. I thought it was a joke. And Michael Reiken's name. Is this Warrior Jr.? Yeah. Is this Kid Illusion? Who is this? What is? You pulling a prank on me? No, we had staged judges. I want to congratulate you. You're going to be one of the 48 contestants. We're going to fly you to Vegas. We're going to put you up in the MGM Grand, and you're going to compete for $100,000 on Dance Fever. Your packet's on the way. It was like the last time I really jumped up and down. It's like, I can't, it was indescribable. It was in-fucking-describable. Like, it was, I remember I was jumping up and down. I remember I got off the phone. Not after I got off the phone, I started jumping. I couldn't believe it. I was, Studio 54 in the MGM Grand. Danced there before. It's like I got home court advantage. I know exactly where I'm going. I know what the place looks like. I know where everything. Now, here's the problem. At 29 years old, I was still trying to do everything. I was still trying to play pool, I was bodybuilding, baseball, all these things. I'm trying to do everything at once. So I upped my ticket. They give me coach to fly there. I think it was Southwest. And they have like a first class. You can up it for $60 or whatever. Well, they paid for my ticket. So I said, dude, I'm doing this. This is once in a life. I knew what this was. I upped it. I said, I'm going first class. I remember I'm sitting next to somebody, like some guy. He goes, I install speakers in celebrities' homes. He goes, they ask me, what do I do? I go, I'm competing for $100,000 on Dance Fever. I mean, I was like just. Because you see, I had the time under my belt already. I was confident. I'm 29, not a baby. I thought I'm gonna take this thing. I got like 10 years of dance experience. You're not gonna fucking. This is. Now, what I did, I spent like a month trying to mix music. I tried to mix it. I spent more time trying to get the music right on cassette. This is in 2003. Still using cassettes and stuff, cassettes and CDs. So they told me specifically, they said, no Michael Jackson music, no Janet Jackson, no Madonna, no. You got to clear the music with us. So I needed something like, cheap, something that you can get on through. And so I thought about this. I said, okay, what I need to do is I need to come out with something. I have like 2 minutes. So I need like 1 minute of something where I can pop to. And then the last minute of something of today. And so that's what I did. I sit there and I said, okay, so I came out to Cameo, Word Up, but not Word Up, Rigor Mortis. Da, 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 da. It's just a little too slow was a problem. I just thought it'd be kind of good boogaloo style, so I did that. And then moved into the Jay-Z, I'm a hustler, baby, because I just want you to know, dun, 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 it's about to go down, that one. So I know they didn't get the clearance for, because when I saw it live, when I saw it on TV, the cameo they gave me, but the other song they mixed it to something else, because I guess they didn't pay for the rights for it. But when I did it live, I did it to that. And the problem herein lies that I already talked about this, what I was up against. But there was a dude there. Guy looked like Justin Timberlake, but he's a b-boy Crumbs. This dude was no fucking joke, okay? Now, there were 8 people on that, 4 and 4. The episode, I'm trying to explain this. Part 1, there are 4 groups or acts or whatever. I was the last that went on in the first half. And then in the second half of the show was another 4. B-Boy Crumbs was in that. And this dude brought down the house, okay? He taught Justin Timberlake, whatever. He had licensing from him for the music. He's going to beat this guy. Some ballet jazz dancer in the first half. They gave him, in the first 4, I got eliminated, fairly early. And I thought these 2 break dancers got it, but no, they gave it to the ballet jazz dancer. He went up against the B-Boy Crumbs, the Justin Timberlake looking break dancer, and he crushed him. The B-Boy Crumbs crushed this ballet dance. So the ballet jazz dancer got to the wild card category, which was like, one wild card would go into the finals, but Crumbs solidified his final spot on that show. Okay, so now I talked and I bumped into him a couple months later at something. He told me it didn't matter, he didn't win the whole thing. But here's my point out of all of this. I know what you see, and this wraps up the whole conversation. This wraps up the whole hour here. I want to make this point clear. People can come up to you all the fucking time and tell you how good you are. But then when you go on a show like that and a B-Boy Crumb shows up and you get fucking your ass handed to you, okay? Because I know what's out there. Not just from that show. I've seen everybody. Like, I know what's out there, okay? And I'm not going to let that. If I put me on another show like this, I'm not going to get served again like that. I'm not going to get blown out like that. I'm going to, because you see, I was trying to do too much with baseball, and I didn't know. I was thinking too much. A night before, I didn't have a choreographed dance routine down anyway. I was practicing in the room all night, whatever. I forget the Lacelle, whatever the fucking name is, a day before the show. She goes, "What are you gonna do?" And so I'm just gonna come out and dance. I go, "You don't have a routine?" And I go, "No, I'm just gonna dance when I feel like." And she's like, "No, dude, you got to know what you're doing." And she was right. Now you don't have to. What I used to think is overthink too much. That doesn't look good when you're dancing. You basically have to know like what you're doing, but it doesn't have to hit perfectly to the song. As a popper, you can't isolate, to the every. I mean, you can, but you want it to look organic. You want it to look like when you're not that you dance best when you're not thinking so much, and that's the problem. You're counting thing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. No, no, you know, you want to basically in your mind say, okay, this is what I'm gonna fucking do when I get out there. And I'm gonna, not worried about slipping up because a master, doesn't think, it just knows it's gonna fucking get down. You're gonna give it, you're just gonna bust. You're gonna bust. You're just gonna fucking do your thing. You're gonna bust a move. So that's my problem, was that I was thinking too much. I wasn't letting it flow organically, and because I was trying to do too much. Again, look, I signed a professional baseball contract at 31 years old, 2 years after this dance show, and I got in another dance show. So you think you can dance? So my point is that you know I know now. I knew, like, it just took me a while to kind of learn. Okay, well, no, this is not how you do this. This is what you should do. No, that music is not good enough. Would look better. It took time. Like but I had the cojones. Like, I wasn't scared. Look, I could show you if you look up what I wore, dude. I looked like Orville Redenbacher. I had glasses, a bow tie, and this checkered, this real nerdy look vest from the '50s. I still have it right here. You know, I'll pull it out. Hold on. Still in one piece. Probably a little weathered from time and everything, but I wore this on Dance Fever. Look at this, pretty OG, huh? Wow, brings back a lot of memories. Oh, from a long time ago. Yep, still got that. Got that out pretty quick, huh? I was 29. Look that up. Dance Fever, Kid Illusion, 2003. You'll see. It wasn't a stage. I jumped off the stage. I did an aerial move. Kind of fucked up. It was a very hard thing, but I thought I had to do something really spectacular to really knock it out. It didn't go down the way that I thought. It was a very high jump from there, but I did it. I had a lot of cojones. I really, crowd really liked me too. They really liked me. So sometimes dreams do come true. Some I just didn't have the real confidence, like, in my look, to be like a choreographer, a real dancer, like behind Britney Spears. I was getting a little older. No offense to the gays. I notice a lot of those guys, they're effeminate, the way they move and everything. I'm not like that. I can't, it's not who I am. They come off jazz backgrounds, ballet or something like that. They call it hip hop, but those guys can really see. They don't, they don't understand the elements of funk or real hip hop, or what I call, what I think it is. They take dance classes. I never really took a dance class. Dancing comes from within. It's something that I go out and I move the way I feel. That's dancing. Some guy telling you to move like he does. How's that dancing? Choreography for videos and stuff. It's movement dancing, but it's not what I really like. And who's gonna notice you anyway? Well, in their mind, they're getting paid. I don't know. Can't be that much. But that's not me. Like I want to. It's when I dance. It's about me. It's not about the person in front making J-Lo or Britney. No. Rare, the guy. What's that guy? Doesn't matter what's fucking name. Is that married or whatever? They have kids. Maybe Casper Smart or something. That's rare. That's one person. That's not. I can imagine that. Though. Can you imagine somebody like that? What they must be. That's. I'm gonna make some music, but it would be something to get me back on TV again. It'll be something. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. Dreams don't always come true. Sometimes, in some ways, things do come true. You just can't. That's why I'm staying in school. It's ironic. I'm in 2 doctor degree programs, so hanging in there. Sometimes it's all you can do. You gotta hang in there. You might have to hang in there for, but just don't bank on one thing. Do a couple things. For me, it's school. I like to do the bodybuilding and the dancing. If I don't feel like doing one, I kind of do the other. And then the school stay goes along with it. So I don't go nuts. Oh, fuck, it takes years to get this degree. Time goes anyway. So I figure, like, well, hey, you're working on that as you still have your dream. I mean, my movie is about a professor that teaches the history and appreciation of dance, that gets an unlikely shot at a giant contest in France. They call it like Just Debut. Be like the World Street Dance Championship or something, basically. And I mean big, something that would be like in the LA Sports Arena or something. Well, it's not there anymore, so you wouldn't be able to know. Um, Something like that would be a major. It'd been like in a Staples Center, something like a big fucking event, not a small, little thing in a fucking uh, what you call it, like on a stage, like they did that dumb kicking it old school. It's so stupid. Or that reggae, what's that dumb thing? $10 million, it's Jamaica or something like that. It was so stupid. Dance hall something. I forgot what it's called. Battle Dance America, another dumb. It's all stupid. I've heard of it all. I've seen it. Step Up 3D, 4, whatever, the one where they show a boxing ring. That's where they dance in a boxing ring. They do a dance battle. These people that are making these movies, they have no clue of anything. They have no clue. They don't. They don't know. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for. This was a good one. Hope you liked this episode. Warrior Jr. is going to make some veggie